the combination for this translates to me as fuck the conventional. The Hierophant fell out a bit sort of like, you know, like this on the table, and I was like, I'm gonna turn it around, and then I got told, no, it's a reverse, and I'm like, okay, fine. I don't read reverses. I read reverses in the cards. If I do feel the reverse, I read the reverse. If I see reversed cards in the deck when I shuffle them, I just get confused. Like, it doesn't feel right to me. For me personally, as a tarot reader, I don't read reverses on a typical day. Hierophant, though, it's all in upheaval. It feels like your emotional life is all in upheaval. Or perhaps you are... it feels like a lot of you guys are doing something creative in the most fun way. Like, for an example, moving into a new place and you get free reign over what you do with the decorations. You're fine, you know, the owner, or if you're the owner, you're like, I can do whatever I want with the walls. And so you just go like, okay, party of paint with people, paint whatever you want. You know, from the series of just like colors everywhere. Nobody cares about frames here. If it's a painting, then it's one of those paintings where the painting just goes out of the frame. It's glorious. It's wonderful. It's lovely. Particularly because these two fell out one next to each other. It feels like a wild, abandoned creation moment. For some of you guys, this is just a project coming together in the most amazing way. Like, different areas of your life, for some of you, different areas of your life all coalescing together to make something amazing and wonderful and something you weren't even expecting. Like, oh, you know, I have this talent and this work is offering this opportunity. And suddenly, you know, there's like, I don't know, there's a photo contest at work. And you win that photo contest, and the photo is actually so good, you get picked up by a gallery or something, and suddenly you're like, wait, I can do that? Just do that and not work in an office? Something like that, you know? There's a feeling of that. Of something suddenly happening in a wildly creative, weird way where different avenues of your life and of other people's life coalesce in a perfect mix of a way where you weren't expecting it at all, something to happen, and then something happens. It's creationism moment. Like, boom, there it is. For, like, I don't know why, but the world feels like this is, for you guys, it feels like, there it is, and suddenly the world's beneath your feet. Not like in the Three of Wands way, and more like, oh wow, I can do all of these things. I have the power. Some of you guys are quitting a relationship. I think a lot of you guys are quitting a relationship, which is a pretty standard procedure for Eclipse season, to be honest. It's like in a wonderful sequence too, you know, we got, I don't know if I'm showing these. Am I showing these right? Yes, I'm showing these right. I'm showing these in the correct sequence. We got the Five of Pentacles, which is the card of being left out in the cold, in this case. I felt like I was being left out in the cold. Perhaps I myself was leaving myself out in the cold, but who cares? Dump him. This literally feels like a dump him card for me this month. Dump him. Strong, independent woman. Person. Growing into your own. Both of these guys are getting uplifted. A lot of floating people in this deck. I like it that way. I like floating people in my decks. There's a lovely feeling of them together. Rising in your own creational endeavors in a way that you weren't expecting. It feels like that for a lot of you guys. That it was something, a sudden job opportunity, a sudden, just like a fluke thing you decided to do on a whim, and that suddenly turns out into this amazing chance, an amazing new avenue of income, or amazing new lifestyle, or just like, you know, Somebody scouted you out for something that you didn't think you had in your power to do or didn't think you were qualified to do, but they just saw the potential in you and you were like, what, really? Okay, I mean, I guess I'll try. And then it's like, oh, I actually am good at that. Okay. That's the biggest feeling I get from this. But upheaval of the ordinary, definitely. Like, this guy wanted to be in reverse. He gets to be in reverse. For some of you guys, an untraditional relationship. Like, you tried out the standard relationship, you know, model of two people together, and you were like, nah. Let's try something else. Whatever it is for you guys. You know, open dating, friends with benefits, polyamory, whatever it is for you guys. There's an upheaval of the ordinary. It feels like you guys are grabbing the chance of just facing down a bit of your opposite sign. Because for Leos, the opposite sign is an Aquarius, and it feels like you guys are sort of going in for that. You know what? I can be weird and just toss convention out the window. And look fabulous while doing it. Look fabulous while doing it. What else for the Five of Pentacles? I feel like because the Five of Pentacles, like the one, I've been pulling a surprisingly small amount of problem cards. These last readings at least, knock on wood. The Five of Pentacles feels like, for some of you guys, it was a surprisingly good turnout of a thing you just thought, you know what? I don't feel good in the situation that I'm currently in. I'm gonna do something about it. But you started out from here. Considering the fact that I usually pull just like, I don't do a spread. The way I do readings is I read the vibes. I don't do a spread, but I do usually pull 8 cards unless less or more is the feeling. But I felt like pulling 8 cards, and the 8 cards culminates in the world. It means that, like, even if you do feel at some point left out in the cold, it's not what this whole reading is building towards. It's building towards the fact that you can, you will, you shall do it. You can do it, and you are gonna do it. Whatever it is you guys are needing to get up to, gosh darn, you can make... This is the Eclipse coming. I was like, I'm gonna pull a clarifier for the Five of Pentacles. And it's the Eclipse card. 2 other signs already had this reading. I think it was both Aries and Taurus. Yeah, both guys already had this card. This is the extra card for this deck. I keep it in because I like them. Giving me profound Eclipsean energy. I think the chaos is, there's going to be a bit of chaotic energy, there's going to be a lot of chaotic energy this July, also for you guys. Things are going to be unconventional, and they're going to work out surprisingly well, being as unconventional as they are. Oh, why surprisingly well? They're just going to work out well. They're just very unconventional. It's something you're not even yourself used to, and something you yourself consider unconventional. What this card tells me, and this because I did pull it as a clarifier for the Five of Pentacles. What this does tell me is that I really don't like the camera not focusing, but that's what we're stuck with. What this does feel like for me is the whole chaotic energy of it is going to leave you in a bit, feeling like a bit, you know, I don't know what's going on at any given moment in time, and so it's a bit chaotic. The chaoticness of it will leave you feeling like you're left out in the cold. Like there's a bit of struggle involved. It's unconventional and it works out, but there is a bit of a struggle involved. It's chaotic and things are happening not fast, but they're happening in an impactful way. They're not going like bam, 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 bam. They're going bam, bam, bam. And every time it hits you and it's a new big thing and a new big development, it's like a new relationship, a new job, and a new career opportunity. Suddenly you get offered to just like grow broad for a time and you're like, yes, okay. Yeah, fuck it, let's go. It's always going to be like, okay, what's happening? Like, it leaves your head spinning a bit. That's what that feeling is. It leaves your head spinning a bit. There's going to be a moment where you're going to just sit down and pout about it because you're just like, I had plans though. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like, you know, going like, I had plans. I had stuff I wanted to do. It's July. That's not this thing that's actually happening. And you're like, but it's also good things that are happening. It's like, yeah, but I had plans. Just a feeling I've been having this past week as well, so, like, mood, but it's good. You're good, guys. Get a moment, pout about it, but you're fine. Honestly, you're fine. What do I want to pull? I want to pull for an oracle card. I want to pull a Latvian sign oracle card. She's feeling oddly... This is like a neutral oracle card. Anything else? Low vibes of the universe. Anything else for the year for July? Okay. Yeah. Things just keep on rolling. I mean, a bunch of cards fell out, but this one was just like, there it is. This is the rotation card. I don't know how to translate the other word, but Kashvrus, it's a certain type of cross, but this is about the movement of time. This period of uncertainty, for some of you guys, I know that, like, it doesn't sound good. But this will pass. This basically tells me that, like, yeah, it's the eclipse period. This is what you guys are facing now in eclipse period. It will pass though. Time goes on. Time moves on. Even while things are chaotic and weird and way more weird than they usually are, and stuff's happening so much, and it feels like, you know, you can see, like, for this magician card, there's like a, come on. Focus. She doesn't want to focus. She doesn't want to focus. There's a tiny person in the magician's hands. It feels like you're going to be feeling like you're that person in the magician's hands.